Rain hammers a British motorway in darkness. Somewhere ahead, a stolen saloon pushes 90, its driver convinced the empty carriageway belongs to him. Then a light appears in the mirror. Not a torch. Not headlamps. A single blue beacon, closing fast, refusing to fall back. For decades, Britain's police forces understood something criminals underestimated: a patrol car didn't need to look fast to be fast. From post-war saloons with hidden pace to homologation specials built for rally stages, some of Britain's police cars could genuinely embarrass the traffic around them. Today on Britain Rewind, 10 of the fastest are about to be counted down. Number 10. Wolseley 680. Picture a black saloon idling outside a police station in 1949, bell mounted beneath the bonnet, waiting for its first call. This was the Wolseley 680, and it became the defining patrol car of post-war Britain. Introduced in 1948, it carried a 2.2-litre overhead camshaft straight-six, mated to a 4-speed gearbox, and it quickly earned a reputation among forces up and down the country. On paper, it wasn't spectacular. But against the traffic of its era, it didn't need to be. Most British roads had never seen anything driven with such confident authority, and criminals soon learned to recognize its silhouette in a rearview mirror. Officers valued its reliability just as much as its pace, and it became the archetypal image of British policing throughout the early 1950s. But motorways hadn't arrived yet. Speed limits barely existed. And the car that would truly test the 680's legacy was already waiting in the wings, wearing a very similar badge. Number 9. Triumph TR4. Manchester, late 1950s. A sports car pulls away from traffic lights with a snarl that most saloons of the era simply couldn't match. This was the Triumph TR4, and Manchester City Police had a genuinely unusual idea: put officers into a 2-seater sports car built for the racetrack, not the beat. Its 2.2-litre 4-cylinder engine, combined with remarkably light weight, gave it a top speed of around 110 miles per hour, and it could reach 60 in a little over 10 seconds. That made it startlingly quick for its time, far ahead of the family saloon still dominating most fleets. It wasn't practical. 2 seats left little room for equipment, and comfort was never the priority. But for tracking down the city's fastest drivers, that hardly mattered. The TR4 proved something important: performance policing didn't always require a big engine or 4 doors. Elsewhere, though, a very different kind of Wolseley was quietly closing the gap. Number 8. Wolseley 690. By the mid-1950s, Britain's roads were changing, and police forces needed something with real reserves of power. The Wolseley 690 arrived to answer that call, its 6-cylinder engine producing 90 horsepower, a significant step beyond its predecessor. Where the 680 had established the template, the 690 refined it, offering smoother cruising and stronger acceleration for officers spending long hours on patrol. Traffic divisions across England relied on it heavily throughout the decade, often fitted with little more than a bell and simple police markings front and rear. It looked unassuming. That was rather the point. A driver glancing in their mirror might not immediately register a threat, right up until the 690 was alongside them. But as the 1950s drew to a close, something faster and far more glamorous was about to arrive from Coventry, a car so quick it would become just as popular with criminals as it was with the police chasing them. Number 7. Jaguar Mk2. A gleaming saloon thunders down an empty carriageway at night, and for a moment, nobody can tell if it belongs to the law or is fleeing from it. That ambiguity defined the Jaguar Mk2 throughout the 1960s. Few other cars built a reputation in quite so many ways: a star of film and television, a successful competitor on the racetrack, and an infamous choice for bank robbers seeking a fast getaway. Yet police forces adopted the very same car, and with good reason. The 3.8-litre model produced 220 brake horsepower, reaching 60 miles per hour in around 8.5 seconds and a top speed of 125 miles per hour, figures few rivals could touch. Traffic departments across the country ran it as their standard patrol saloon, and it became so tightly linked with Britain's newly opened, unrestricted motorways that its era is still remembered as its golden age. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. The fastest car on the road might just as easily be chasing you as escaping you. What replaced it would trade elegance for raw, unmistakable presence. Number 6. Rover P6 3500. A V8 growl rises behind a line of slower traffic on a dual carriageway, and drivers instinctively ease off the accelerator. Through the 1970s, that sound belonged to the Rover P6 3500, adopted widely by traffic divisions including the Metropolitan Police. Its BIC-derived 3.5-litre V8 delivered serious pace, reaching 60 miles per hour in around 10.8 seconds, remarkable for a car built with comfort and long-distance stability firmly in mind. Officers found it composed at sustained motorway speeds, ideal for the growing network of high-speed roads spreading across Britain. It wasn't the outright quickest car on this list, but its blend of pace, presence, and durability made it enormously effective in daily pursuit work. Crews grew genuinely fond of it, some later recalling their years behind its wheel with real nostalgia. But within the same police garages, a rival badge was winning just as many admirers, offering something the Rover couldn't quite match: nimbleness. Number 5. Triumph 2500. Inside London, where tight streets mattered more than motorway miles, a different patrol car earned its own loyal following. Metropolitan Police officers running traffic division duties often chose the Triumph 2.5 PI for inner London work, prizing its nimbleness and surprisingly strong acceleration even when fully loaded with equipment and 2 officers aboard. With 106 brake horsepower, a 4-speed manual gearbox and overdrive, it could reach a genuine 100 miles per hour, sprinting from a standstill to 60 in around 10 seconds. That made it an ideal companion for Britain's steadily expanding motorway network, spacious enough for a crew, yet quick enough to keep pace with trouble. Many officers who drove both the Triumph and the rival Rover actually preferred the Triumph's spaciousness, even while admitting the Rover's V8 was simply more thrilling to drive. It was, in many ways, a car of compromise done right. But the next entry on this list abandoned compromise altogether, chasing outright speed instead. Number 4. Rover P5B 3.5-litre. Before the P6 took over motorway duty, an earlier Rover had already proven that police cars could carry genuine executive muscle. The Rover P5B, introduced in the late 1960s, borrowed its 3.5-litre V8 from the same BIC-derived design that would later power the 3500, delivering smooth, effortless performance wrapped in a dignified, imposing body. Some forces favored it precisely because it didn't look aggressive. A suspect glancing at a stately Rover saloon in their mirror rarely expected serious pace, and that assumption often cost them dearly. Comfortable, refined, and remarkably capable for its size, the P5B offered officers long-distance stability that smaller, sportier cars struggled to match. It became something of a gentleman's pursuit car, more at home cruising a dual carriageway than screeching around corners, but formidable all the same. As the 1970s progressed, though, British Leyland was preparing something considerably more dramatic, a car built specifically to outrun the increasingly powerful machinery reaching Britain's roads. Number 3. Rover SD1 Vitesse. Aberdeen, the early 1980s. Oil money had brought fast German and Japanese cars to the region, and local drivers were testing them on a newly opened bypass. Grampian police needed an answer, and found one in the Rover SD1 Vitesse. Powered by a fuel-injected 3.5-litre V8 producing 190 brake horsepower, paired with a 5-speed manual gearbox, the Vitesse became the force's dedicated tool for controlling the bypass and surrounding roads. Aerodynamic addenda improved its drag factor considerably, giving it a claimed top speed of 135 miles per hour, making it the fastest production Rover of its time. Stripped of luxury extras to save weight, it was built purely for pace and endurance. Its raised ride height even helped it cope with obstructions during pursuits. For many officers, it remains the most fondly remembered patrol car of the decade. But by the late 1980s, an entirely new threat was emerging on British roads, one that traditional saloons simply couldn't catch. Number 2. Ford Sierra Sapphire RS Cosworth. By the early 1990s, police forces faced a genuine crisis. Stolen turbocharged hot hatches and fast Fords were tearing across Britain's roads, and traditional patrol cars simply couldn't keep pace. Avon and Somerset Constabulary responded by purchasing the Ford Sierra Sapphire Cosworth specifically to combat a surge in joyriding and ram raiding. Sussex police followed with their own small batch in 1993, stationed at their traffic base in Bexhill-on-Sea, where it quickly proved more popular with crews than the larger Rovers and Vauxhalls also on the fleet. Its four-wheel drive system and turbocharged performance allowed it to outrun the older six-cylinder motorway cars in a straight line, while remaining considerably more agile through corners. For the first time, Britain's police were driving the same breed of car that criminals had been stealing for years. It was a remarkable turnaround. But the most unexpected police car of this entire countdown wasn't chasing hot hatches. It was disguised as one. Number 1. Ford Escort RS Cosworth. Picture a Group A rally homologation special, wide-arched, whale-tailed, built to dominate stages rather than city streets. Now picture it wearing full police livery. Humberside Police's Vehicle Crime Unit took delivery of an Escort RS Cosworth, specially prepared by Ford Motorsport and Ford Special Vehicle Engineering. Its 2.0-litre turbocharged engine was developed to deliver around 250 horsepower, figures that made it one of the fastest cars any British force had ever deployed. The reasoning was ruthlessly practical. Car thieves loved the Escort Cosworth precisely because it could outrun almost anything chasing it. So Humberside decided to fight fire with fire, using the very car criminals coveted to catch them. Despite proving to be one of the finest patrol cars ever fielded, it was eventually replaced by a Subaru Impreza. Few viewers would expect a rally-bred hot hatch to wear police colors, yet for a brief moment, it did exactly that. From a black Wolseley idling outside a 1940s police station to a rally-bred Escort disguised in police livery, this countdown has traced 50 years of Britain learning to match its own roads. Each generation faced faster criminals, faster technology, and faster temptation, and each time, someone decided the answer was simply to go faster still. Some of these cars looked the part. Others deliberately didn't. Would you have recognized any of them in your mirror? That question, more than any single lap time, is what made Britain's fastest police cars so effective. Britain Rewind will be back with more forgotten stories.